Hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about a very exciting topic. Normally, I think when we're on these first look style videos, we are splitting hairs between different types of bikes that my mom would not be able to tell the difference between. But today we have the perfect bike for anybody that knows nothing about bikes. If you just want to get out and ride and you want it to be nice and fun and easy and you don't want to sweat all over yourself, welcome to the Electra Townie Go. All right, so just to get started, we've got two bikes on stage today and we're gonna talk about them together because they're very close, but they do have a couple of great differences. So the black bike on stage is the Electra Go, and the blue bike is the Electra Townie Go. All right, so what are these bikes actually for? First off, and I think this is an important point because when you look at them, it might not be readily apparent. These things are electric, which I feel like a lot of bikes are these days. But the nice thing about the Electra Go and Townie Go is that these are bikes that are built off existing platforms within the Electra line. Both of these bikes are built to be around the neighborhood cruisers, bikes that are perfect for just getting out and enjoying what it's like to ride a bike. They aren't necessarily meant for big commutes or anything like that. They're just meant for having a nice time. They're built to be durable, bikes that you can leave outside and scratch up and ding up and it's not really gonna do any damage to them. And at the end of the day, once you've added in that electric motor, now they're just more fun and faster and easier to ride. Technology is up next, and when we're talking about an electric bike, we should probably lay down some of the specs. So with the Electra Cruiser and Townie Go, both of these two bikes share the same motor and battery system. As you'll notice, you really can't see the battery. The battery is built internal inside of the down tube, and it is a 250 watt-hour battery. The battery can also be charged in as little as 4 hours, and it will give you up to a 40-mile range. And of course, like most e-bikes, there are different modes. So you can put it into fast or slow mode, depending on how much assistance you actually want to have, and that'll all vary into the range that you get out of the battery. The motor that you'll see on the back is a hub-mounted 250-watt motor. There are different types of motors that are in electric bikes. If you look at some of the other bikes that we carry here at Mike's Bikes, from Gazelle as an example, those are what we would call mid-drive motors. At least most of that line is a mid-drive motor. Motors that are mounted near the crankset or the pedals. With this, it is a less expensive, easier, more robust system that allows you to very easily put power into the rear wheel and allow that to power the bike. Along with the electric system, you've also got to have a way to control it, and Electra has integrated a very clever, very simple to use display that is on your handlebar. It gives you the on-off switch for the bike. You can switch it on very easily. It gives you an up and a down button that allows you to switch between the modes. In addition to that, you'll also get a few light indicators on there that let you know how much battery you have, as well as what speed or how powerful the motor is actually assisting you. All right, so let's jump forward a little bit into some of the features. One of the features is that these bikes are made out of aluminum. Not steel bikes, they are aluminum frames, which not only provides great durability for a bike that's gonna last for a long time, but also gives you a very lightweight platform. I think one of the most surprising things with both of these models, the Townie and Cruiser, is that when you pick them up, you don't really realize they're an electric bike. Years ago, I feel like, 2 years ago, you'd pick up almost any electric bike on the market and it was a chore to do it. And with these, honestly, it just kind of fades into the background. Another great feature of these Electra bikes comes back to the flat foot technology. This is something that Electra has done for years, and it is a way of making sure that a rider is nice and low to the ground. Anybody who's gotten on a bike where the seat feels too high, you know that feeling where you're trying to get your tippy toes to the ground so you don't tip over? I feel like that's always a fear of new riders. One thing that's nice about the way that these frames are built, if you're a new rider, you'll never feel like you're too far off the ground. The way that Electra does it is by moving the pedals forward of the seat post. You can see that down at the bottom of the bike, and allowing you to have your seat a little further back. So you do pedal with your legs out in front of you a bit, but it allows you to have your feet flat on the ground when you're at a stoplight, and then allows you to have the correct leg extension out to the pedals so you don't have any pain and you're able to ride very comfortably and easy. Now that you've got a bike with a comfortable seating position, you've got to have a comfortable seat. One of the nice things about the Electra series of bikes here is that they all have very wide, very comfortable gel-filled seats. You can adjust the angle fore and aft to make sure that it is positioned appropriately for how you're sitting, but you're always going to have proper support on both of your sit bones. Tires that are spec'd on these bikes are big and stable. You've got a lot of air volume in them, so you will also smooth out a lot of bumps, but for the most part, you've got a very robust tire that will resist flats and make sure that you're comfortable and stable on the road. Another great thing about both of these models is they come through both high step and step through models. So if you want a bike that's very easy to access and get on, you can easily step through the frame, or if you want a more traditional look, you've always got the option for the high step model. Another great thing comes into the sizing of these bikes. It's so common that you come in and you have no idea what size of a bike you need. With Electra, the way that they've built these frames, they have infinite well, okay, let's walk that one back. They have a lot of adjustability, meaning that you can adjust the bars and the saddle height to fit anybody from around 4'11" all the way up to 6'5". So you won't have to compromise regardless of your height. So let's close this out by talking a little bit about the brakes and the drivetrain. Since these bikes now have an electric motor, they can go really fast. One of the great things about these is they've all been upgraded to disc brakes. So you've got big, reliable disc brakes on the bike to help bring it down to a stop. If you buy the Cruiser Go, you'll find that that bike is a single speed. Again, with the electric motor, that does help you get up any hill, but if you do have a lot of hilly terrain around, you might be more interested in going with the Townie Go, which offers a 7-speed drivetrain with a very easy to use grip-style shifter up on the handlebar. And the last thing that we're going to close out on is the price range. The Electra Cruiser and Townie Go will range anywhere from around $1,550 up to around $1,800. These are some of the simplest, most easy to use electric bikes out there. If you're looking for something that has more range, more power, that it gives you range for commuting or anything like that, we also carry plenty of those. But I think one of the best things about these is that you're getting a really great price, a really simple system, and a bike that is going to be reliable for years to come. Well, all right, guys, thanks for sticking with us there. That is the Electra Cruiser and Townie Go models. If you've got any other questions, please, by all means, feel free to reach out to our online sales support team. They have all of the answers to everything. They can also assist with shipping, helping you get the bike actually shipped out to you. Or if you're in our area, please swing by and stop into one of our stores. You can get out on one of these guys and give it a test ride. I promise, even if you don't take a test ride, you'll be hair in the wind, excited about this thing when it lands on your doorstep. So any questions, give us a call, and we'll see you on the next one.